The following program contains language, images, and/or subject matter that may be objectionable to some viewers. Viewer discretion is advised.
Direct from Albany, New York, it's time for the New Media Zone. With your hosts, Ed and Dave. Tonight, a look at this week's new film and DVD releases. And a chance to win free movie tickets with the poster pair game. And now your hosts, Ed and Dave.
Hello and welcome to the New Media Zone. And Dave here, and Dave with you. Taking a look at the new movies coming to theaters this week. Also the movies coming to your home in the new release segment. And a chance to win free movie tickets with the Poster Pairs game. All that and more.
All that and more.
Yeah, I think we have only two releases, I think. So we're gonna have to come up with some material.
Well,
I have some stuff here and
I got my
some stuff here.
fine anal play story.
Oh, right.
We can always do that.
You're not expecting that when you go to the doctors.
No.
Somebody just mentions anal play for some reason.
Right.
And you have that story coming up.
Right.
A little something you don't expect
No.
when you go to the doctor.
Unless it's a proctologist.
All right. Never heard of such a thing. But we have this Pixar film, which looks bad
Does
to
it?
me. Yeah.
All right.
Pixar usually is pretty good, but I don't know. I think we got a misfire here.
Uh-oh. Let's
I'm
move into it.
Yeah, let's get
Let's
right
let the
into
people
it.
know what they could go out to see this week or next.
That's what we are here for.
Okay.
Apparently people don't know because that Harley Quinn movie apparently bombed, and they changed the title right after the bad
Yeah,
weekend.
I heard about that. Yeah.
This is Onward with Chris Pratt, Julia Louis-Dreyfus, Tom Holland, and John Ratzenberger.
Oh.
Or Cliff there from the...
Cliff Clavin.
Set in a suburban fantasy world, Disney Pixar's Onward introduces two teenage elf brothers who embark on an extraordinary quest to discover if there is still a little magic left out there.
Is that it?
That's it.
Oh. It's elves? Wouldn't that be like a Christmas time movie?
Actually, this looks like a better Invisible Man film than the one that was out last week. At least there's some remnant of the original book there. Some pants walking around.
Oh. I'm not big on these Pixar films. I mean, in large part because I no longer have young children. But that was the only reason why I would watch them.
Well, there's some good ones. The Toy Stories.
Well, when did the first one come out? Wasn't that like
2005? Was that Toy
the
Story?
first one?
Yeah.
Why do I
Or
think
95.
it's earlier than that?
Maybe
Yeah.
it's 95.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember my kids were very small.
Okay.
In fact, my daughter was not yet out. But yeah, that's about the time, I was watching those up until maybe the year 2000. That's when I stopped watching because the kids were getting a little older. So these films did not hold the same lure for them.
The only ones I don't care for are the Cars movies because I don't think cars should be talking. I don't like talking chairs. Or Soupy Sales didn't like Pee-wee's TV show because he had talking chairs. That's not real. Because he had talking dogs and things.
Yeah, Soupy Sales. There's a TV giant for you.
There you have. That doesn't thrill me though. Usually Pixar,
Well, they do the fine animation.
Yeah.
So right now you're saying the story doesn't thrill you.
I'm saying we got a bad story here.
Okay.
It could be any, normal family except they stuck elf ears on them here. And we got a magical story. It could be set in a sitcom world for all we cared with this one.
Isn't this the 45th anniversary of Jaws?
Yes.
Okay.
It is coming up.
What a segue into nothing that has to do with Jaws.
You just noticed the
I saw the poster back there.
up there on the
and
wall.
then I realized, oh, that's 75. That's got to be, oh, I went, oh, that's 45 years ago.
Yeah, I looked because they've had a Jaws Fest on Martha's Vineyard
Mm-hmm.
over the years, but they're not doing anything this year. I guess the draw is down.
Well, I know someone who's having a wedding in September in Cape Cod, to which I'm not invited. But I heard about this wedding. So I told them I'm going anyway, and then I'm going to go over to Martha's Vineyard and just look at all the Jaws stuff and see where they filmed all that. So I'm just going to go and crash the wedding, have some food, and then take a little boat over to the vineyard.
Are you really going to do that?
I think I am.
I would like to go to the vineyard. I've never been there.
Oh, yeah. They have some fine fudge stores over there.
Not to be confused with anal play.
Right, real fudge.
Real fudge.
Real fudge stores.
Right.
Yes.
You've been to the island.
I have.
You have, huh?
Yes, I have. I was almost killed there once.
Did you look for any of the Jaws?
Yes, you did see some familiar buildings that you knew were in the movie. But I wasn't really there for that. But I did see it. Just wandered around and exciting.
45th anniversary.
And let's move on to our next film.
Okay, maybe we got one we'll be celebrating in 45 years.
The Burnt Orange Heresy.
No.
Which must be a political thriller about our current president. This stars Klaus Bang? Okay, whatever. Donald Sutherland, my favorite actor, Mick Jagger, and Katie McGovern. The art world and the underworld collide in this elegant and erotic neo-noir thriller. Set in present-day Italy, charismatic art critic James Fieris hooks up with provocative and alluring fellow American Berenice Hollis. He's a classic anti-hero in the making, with a charm that masks his deep ambition, whilst she's an innocent touring Europe, enjoying the freedom of being whoever she wishes. The new lovers travel to the lavish and opulent Lake Como estate of a powerful art collector, Cassidy. I'm just going to keep reading because it'll fill the time. Their host reveals he is the patron of Jerome Debney, the reclusive J.D. Salinger of the art world, and he has a simple request: for James to steal a Debney masterpiece from the artist's studio, whatever the cost. As the couple spend time with the legendary Debney, they start to realize that nothing about the artist nor their mission is what it seems. But James is a man of deep, lurking ambition, and he will do anything from arson and burglary to murder in order to further his career. And, nope, that's it.
I have to find some clip where Jim would do that when there was a horror movie. Ew! That sound effect. Yes. Because we need to put that in when Mick Jagger appears on the screen here. Ew!
How old is he? He's got to be like 76, 77 years old.
I think so. I mean, he's not bad for that. He hasn't had any work, apparently.
Well, if he's had work, that doctor needs to be fined. The Burnt Orange Heresy.
Apparently no one wants to go up against Onward. What was the name of that? A terrible name also, besides a terrible movie. So there you have it. A bad week, unless you want to bring the kids to this and drop them off and go, have
do some shopping.
Shopping, or not at Crossgates.
Well, there's no shopping left at Crossgates. It's all restaurants and games.
And stabbings now.
Oh, yeah, apparently there's a stabbing. Yeah, I heard something about that.
A couple months ago, we had some fighting, which is all right. It's exciting for a minute. But two women apparently stabbing each other over the jewelry counter on Valentine's Day. There's something that I might have wanted to see. Somebody takes a picture. There's more blood than any horror movie down the aisle there. Holy cow.
Someone wanted their necklace, and I just saw a little bit about that, but I didn't actually see any great details.
No. Gotta stay. Sophomore Colony Center.
What's wrong with people? Don't get me started, Ed. What's wrong with people?
What's wrong with you?
What? Why? Why? You're gonna be sorry you put the camera here. Why, people, do you do this? Why can't you just be nice to each other? I don't understand. Why do we have to stab over a necklace? Why? Why do we have to fight over a TV at Christmas? Why can't we just be nice to? Why? I don't. Help me with this. I don't get it.
I don't know what did she stab with? Did she have a knife in her purse?
Well, nowadays,
probably. Right?
Probably are carrying knives. I mean, Well, I'm not going to say that.
Okay, be careful out there when you're shopping.
Or, in your case, you're home all the time. Lucky you.
Yeah, thank God for Amazon.
I'm lucky I haven't been killed in my part-time job.
I know Best Buy is very sad to go in there now. And there's like one aisle of Blu-rays. So that would be one of the few draws left to bring me into
civilization.
Cross gates for one, but there's no reason to. There's hardly any Blu-rays left, and I think that I would pop into that geek store, the Geek Monkey or whatever it is.
Never heard of that.
They got some, collectibles. Okay. I think that's getting ready to close though. So that leaves, and that's the only FYE record town. Over there, and they seem to have more cereal now than CDs or records. They have the Funko Pop cereals for $15 if you feel like a little cereal, a little figure for $15. Let's see what's out on new releases this week. It's slim pickings, ladies and gentlemen. So, all
right, what do we got?
We have got a double feature,
an Alec Guinness double feature. How come we don't have the what's the one? Where he plays the thief that was remade with Tom Hanks. Oh God, I can't remember that name of that. But Mrs. Wilberforce was her name, the old woman. The Lady Killers.
Oh.
The original with I think Peter Sellers.
Yeah, I forgot about the Tom Hanks one. Right, he was in that remake.
They remade that, which was not bad it was actually not a bad remake, but. It's just funny to hear Alec Guinness say, Mrs. Wilberforce. But two movies I never heard of.
This is KL, the same company that brought us the syphilis movies from last week. Now we've got Alec Guinness double feature. We're working all ends of the spectrum there to bring you this fine entertainment.
Of course, most people know Alec Guinness from Star Wars.
Yes, and the bridge on the River Kwai.
Right. And of course, Mrs. Wilberforce. Ooh, Puppet Master.
Now
BLITZKRIEG Massacre. You gotta love that. That's a great title.
Now I had a little delve into this because there's a lot of Puppet Master films. This is like a bad clip show episode where they were really pulling to get this. Somebody was in a jail. I'll look it up a little better next time because it's fascinating. Somehow this man is shown clips of all the previous Puppet Master films. So he's being tortured
by clips of all
of the bloodiest murders.
Oh no!
From all the Puppet Master films it's a clip movie, basically is what it is. BLITZKRIEG Massacre.
The best of Puppet Master.
Right.
Who gets backing to make these movies?
I don't
What's
know.
the budget? The actors can't be getting paid. They got to be making like $200 just to be in a film. It's probably a GoFundMe type thing, and they get $100,000, and that's it.
BLITZKRIEG Massacre.
That's a great name, though.
Okay, so we'll check that out. If you don't have all the 10 Puppet Master films, it might be a good way to see all the best bloody murders.
There you go. There's got to be more. Please be one more.
No.
That's it. That's sad.
That's it.
That's very upsetting.
Huh. Since we have a fair amount of time left on the show, it might be a good time to visit the recent departing members of the...
Okay.
Of course, not like the Academy Awards where they leave a good portion.
Oh, that was the other thing I heard. Didn't they leave out, what's his name, from Beverly Hills 90210?
Yes.
What's his name again?
Luke Perry.
Yeah, that guy.
And that young Disney kid also. There was another one.
Right. All right, so this is, Robert Conrad. From what? Are you okay there?
I keep hitting play and still, and I hope I hit still finally.
The original Wild Wild West, and Baa Black Sheep, which I think became Black Sheep Squadron.
And also known for his battery commercials,
Yeah.
where you had to knock it off.
Yeah. He was a tough guy. He was a tough guy.
Very tough.
He always said he got the tough guy image, which was unfair.
Oh.
He just felt that he needed the other actors to be prepared, and when they weren't, he got upset.
Very buff, still here. Publicity's. And also, they were running the Wild Wild West on the Decades channel. And that blue suit was very form-fitting, Dave.
Was it?
Yes.
Now they remade that, right? Well, who was it? Was it Will?
Will Smith.
Did Robert Conrad appear in that film?
I don't think so.
No.
I don't even think Will Smith wanted to appear. That was horrible. That terrible film. And he was doing so well as the Summer King there for a while, and that would just ended that run.
I don't know what he's done, what he did, Conrad, lately. I don't know if he was largely retired.
I think so. That's it.
But he was a fine actor. Oh, Gene Reynolds. I missed this one.
You see, yeah, we'll mention the one I missed here, but you saw Gene Reynolds' name all over the MASH TV show. 96.
That's a good long run.
Yeah, it's like...
but it's never enough time, isn't it?
No.
You always want more.
All in the Family there. Norman Lear also up in the 90s.
Oh, yeah.
Must be something about the comedy
Well,
from the 70s. Producers.
Carl Reiner.
Yeah.
I don't
Mel
understand.
Brooks?
Yes. How do I not know these names? I just can't think of them. But yeah, Mel Brooks, he's got to be like 92, 93.
Yeah.
I think Rob Reiner's is at 97.
Yeah.
He's up there.
Something. It was the good food they ate then. They had real food when they were growing up.
Is that what it was? Because now we got Doritos and M&Ms.
Right. Let's see. I think we have one more at least.
Oh. That's a biggie, Ed.
Yeah.
Kirk Douglas. 103.
103.
Now, I believe this all but closes the book on the golden age of Hollywood, except for Olivia de Havilland. She's 104.
Oh.
And Norman Lloyd is 105.
Who's that one?
Oh, look him up. You'll know. You'll recognize the face.
Uh-huh.
Not a big, more of a character guy. They get their main actors and actresses in the films, and he's, he's the newspaper editor, or he's the best friend, or he's this guy or that guy, the detective who shows up every once in a while. But that was Norman Lloyd. He's still around, 105 years old. In fact, I believe he was in Trainwreck with Amy Schumer recently.
Geez.
He played the guy in an old folks home.
Mm.
But yeah, Olivia de Havilland is still around. But Kirk Douglas from Spartacus.
Now, when did he have the stroke? Like 10 years ago?
Oh, no, it was longer than that.
Longer than that.
I think it was like 20 years ago.
Oh.
But yeah, I think he had the stroke in mid to late 90s, perhaps. But 103.
103.
Is that long enough, or is it still not enough? Because,
I think that was long enough.
You think so? Because don't you always want more time, man?
You do. I guess he was okay with the stroke. He just talked a little slower.
Right. Well, he wrote a book, My Stroke of Luck, I think.
Ah, okay.
But
He's from the area, of course, they always say,
yes.
right?
Amsterdam.
Amsterdam.
He was the Ragman's son,
Ragman's son.
which I believe was his first book, his autobiography. The Ragman's son, because apparently I guess his father sold rags.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what they did. But 103, Ed.
103.
Oh, I wonder if the man had any regrets in those 103 years.
And who thought
Any do-overs?
who thought Kirk Douglas would last longer than Farrah Fawcett, his co-star in that Saturn III? You remember where he appeared in a nude shower scene? I think we saw his behind. We did see her boob. Oh, one of the boobs, anyway.
One of the boobs. Was it officially her boob?
It was hers, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. It was the first time
Well,
we saw
I don't
her
know
boob.
why. Who knows? Who knows why? Do we ever know why someone lives long? Well, in some cases we do, I guess. If they're healthy and eat the right foods and exercise and don't smoke and drink excessively.
Get your prostate exam.
Oh, get that done. Yeah.
We do have to mention that on this one because
No.
we talked about
Okay.
it, right? Oh, there we
you
go.
That's it. Don't forget Orson Bean. You didn't throw him in
Oh,
there.
Orson Bean I would have included because he was on the Desperate Housewives.
And I think he was on Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman.
Yeah, he was in a lot of shows.
Well, he was 91.
Yeah.
But he didn't die from natural causes. He got bumped into by 2 cars.
Oh, no.
I think he bounced off the first one and then got killed by the second one.
Oh, that's terrible. A way to go.
It
Orson
is.
Bean.
Poor Orson Bean. Always liked that name. Orson.
He's on a lot of game shows, wasn't he?
Yes. Yeah, did the game show circuit. In fact, that's how I knew of him in the beginning. I remember thinking, who is this guy? All he does is game shows, like Brett Summers. I only knew her from Match Game, and then every once in a while she showed up on The Odd Couple. Little did I know, it's because she was married to Jack Klugman,
Yes.
who, by the way, can't sing, as we found out last week.
Hmm.
But anyway, there you go.
I don't know if this annoys you as we're speaking about deaths, but anytime somebody on Facebook, oh, there's a tragic death, a young man, 35, and he died at home, and then they don't mention what happened.
Yeah, you'd like to know.
You don't have to go into details.
Right.
You know, was it a fall? He fell at home. Was it a long illness, a brief illness? Because then when you don't mention it, all kinds of thoughts go through your head, and I have to start digging through this guy's friends to try to find out what happened to him. You want to know?
Why do you need to know? Are you feeling your mortality, Ed?
No, but it's
Okay.
kind of shocking. There's a certain age when they die and they don't mention it. What's going? Was it this opioid epidemic?
Oh, true.
Was it that? Was there appears to be a lot of hangings lately? Was that it? You start to wonder when they don't mention it.
Yes, especially at that age.
So here's something, a tip for you out there. If you don't want people, just put one word in there. A sudden death at home. You know, something. When there's no mention of it, all kinds of bad thoughts go through your head.
Well, how does that help? How does sudden help? That could be all sorts of things. That could be a suicide. That could be drug overdose.
Yeah.
That could be didn't know he had heart disease and had a heart attack.
Yeah.
It could be anything. So sudden doesn't help me.
Well, sudden, that sounds like a heart attack. More than, I don't know, when you're trying to hide it, then it makes you more interested.
Sudden, I guess, would be better than unexpectedly. Unexpectedly could encompass many things.
Yeah, just put give us an idea out there. So I don't have to spend a half hour looking through your friends' Facebook pages for some kind of post. And then you'll see the people, oh my, what happened? You know, and then nobody will respond. And we can see, you know, you don't want to put all the information out there, but, you know, give us an idea.
Okay.
You had, since we mentioned it, so you had an odd experience at the doctor's. When she came out with something that I've never heard of before.
It's just a brief thing. I'm not going to get into the specifics as
No,
to why I
just-
had to go to this physician, but I went to
This is another thing. You don't have to go into details,
Right.
but the phrase she came out with.
I went to a urologist recently, and she wanted me to do more blood work. You know, to have blood levels checked out. You know, as you get to my age, the prostate is of concern. And you have this thing called PSA levels. And once that gets elevated, the chances of, say, prostate cancer increases. So she wanted me to have some blood work done because my PSA levels were a little high.
Barely high.
Barely. Just slightly over the threshold. And she said to me, make sure, I guess I'll say the first thing.
Yeah.
Make sure at least 2 days prior to the blood work, you don't ejaculate or have any anal play. And she did ask me when my previous test was done, which I knew when it happened, but I couldn't quite nail down if I had either ejaculated or had some anal play within those 2 days.
I think you can eliminate one anyway, perhaps.
But yes, that's I needed to avoid any anal play within 2 days. I guess that apparently affects the prostate.
I was off the levels, apparently.
I didn't know that. Now I know.
Holy moly.
But yes, that's not something I expected to hear from my physician.
Not in there anyway. Maybe downtown Schenectady. you might hear something like that, but
Yep.
Oh, my.
All right. Are we ready for the game?
It's game time.
All right, it's the
now.
Post the Pairs game, folks, where you wrote in an email, 2 numbers from 1 to 6. We select your entry, reveal what's behind the numbers. If they match, you win 2 free movie passes. And if you write spin, a chance to win up to 6. So you'll spin the wheel. Go ahead, Ed.
Okay,
you can get a good one.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't seem like I shake them up, but I don't pick them out. But since you're doing all the work over at the board, I guess I should pick it out, right?
Yeah, why don't you? Let's
I picked it out very poorly, but this one, they're mating here. There's some anal play going on. Okay, the yellow one is in my hand.
You still have
There's
2
still
of them.
2. Okay, I got to start over. There we go.
This is why you don't pick them out, Ed.
I think it is. I'm going way down. There we go.
All right.
It's the same 3 people in here, so I probably picked the same one again. Please write in. It's very simple to enter this game. I want to see more people writing in. More people than Lawrence Katz. We love Lawrence Katz, but we picked him last time. This is what happened. Well, he writes in every week. You should be doing it too.
That's right.
You know how much these movie tickets are these days? And we're giving them out left and right here.
It's still not yet at our cost.
No. He says spin, and he says 1 and 6.
All right.
Lawrence Katz.
Oh, I think this is a match.
This is the 45th anniversary we're just talking about.
Oh,
no.
darn. Where did it go? I don't remember where I moved it to.
Let's see if there's any other. No.
It's got to be right next to it.
Do some
it's
anniversary films.
Oh, there it is. I must have left that one there.
Oh, no.
Sorry, Lawrence. You didn't win. But if you want to enter, and Ed says it's very easy, so I'm going to explain it to you.
Okay.
It does not involve anal play. Just write your name and 2 numbers from 1 to 6 and send it via email to mediazone95@gmail.com. That's mediazone95@gmail.com. That's it. 2 numbers from 1 to 6. And if we select your entry, like we did Lawrence Katz, and it matches, you'll win 2 free movie passes. And if you write spin, we bring out the wheel, and you have a chance to win up to 6 movie passes. It's just that simple.
You never heard Gene Rayburn on the Match Game throw in anal play as one of the things that wasn't included in the game. Although he did have that large microphone. Which made oh my! I'll never get over anal play.
Yes.
A doctor comes out. Did you laugh or did you enjoy?
No, I didn't laugh. I just
heard
that, and I just, I'm just going with it. But I did say that when I had the last test results done, I wasn't sure if either one of those 2 things she mentioned had occurred within those 2 days prior.
Right.
So that's it.
I think if somebody had to stop and think about both things, he might have to wonder. They might have had a real wild weekend there. I don't know. Let me think. Oh, that one, yeah. That one, maybe that, or the last weekend. Next week, do we have any good films? We haven't in quite some time.
I have My Spy.
Okay, and I have Bloodshot. Actually, Bloodshot, I'm surprised, looked like it might be interesting.
Ooh.
So
Well, we'll let you judge.
Right.
As we present this to you.
We help you out. I know on the YouTube, some people complain that we're not reviewing the films when I put a review of this or that. But I think this is better than a review because you make up your own mind, like us, as what they're presenting to us in these trailers.
Oh, turn that off. I've always been one to believe that a movie critic who reviews films doesn't get to tell me what I like and what I don't like, whether a film is good. Because on many occasions, I disagree.
You can look at the tomatoes they're giving you and, go from there. You make up your own mind.
Right. Many a film that I've enjoyed, Ed, were quite splatty on the tomato meter. Just saying.
All right. We will see you next time.
The New Media Zone has been a Cable 2000 production.